All right, what's going on, big dogs, and welcome back. So, over time on YouTube, we have all had to bear witness to some of the absolute worst apology videos we have ever seen from some of our most well-loved, well-respected creators ever. People who we cherish, people who we love, come out and act like they don't even give a damn what they did, whether it was showing a dead person on camera or scamming their viewers out of lots of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars in some instances. And then they proceed to come on and in some cases sing us a crappy song with the ukulele about how they're terribly sorry and how we should just imagine that it never happened. Or maybe they do a really crappy dance to apologize. And today I thought I was going to be greeted with yet another terrible apology video. But before that, I'm sure all of us know Watcher, the channel Watcher. So they're a very popular channel on YouTube. They have about 2.8 million subscribers at this point, somewhere in there. And they used to be part of BuzzFeed, and they branched off on their own back in 2020, and they have just done numbers on the platform. They have some of the best content. It's well produced, well done. Well, the other day, they decided that they were going to leave YouTube. Now, this wasn't a retirement. This wasn't them taking a break or moving over to like Kick or just Twitch or anything like that. It's not like they were switching platforms or anything like that. Well, they were switching platforms, but I'll get to that. And what happened is they decided to announce that they were going to launch their own third-party subscription service where that would be the only place you could get their content. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure they were saying that their content on YouTube was all going to be moved over to there. So like their YouTube channel would basically not be a thing. At least it sounded that way. I know for sure they were going to be like posting one video a month, maybe on YouTube at the most. It was very slim. But anyways, they obviously ended up announcing that it was going to be this $6 monthly subscription fee, where that is where you'd have to go to get all their seasonal stuff. So again, the premiere would be launched on YouTube, but everything else was behind a paywall, which is crazy because these guys pull numbers, so they're making good money for sure. And not only that, but they already have a Patreon. So I don't know why they thought it was necessary to launch another subscription service. And their Patreon isn't like one of these super cheap ones. It's like it goes all the way up to $100. They have 4 tiers. It's like $5, $10, $25, and then $100. And they have 13.4 thousand patrons over there. Even at the least, if you do some number crunching, at the least they're making $5 over 13.4 or 13,500 people almost. They're making decent money over there, so I'm surprised they would launch another one. But apparently in this video here that I'm about to show you guys, they actually kind of walked everything back, and I think all of us here will be happily surprised on what's going on.
Hey everyone, last Friday we announced that we're leaving YouTube and launching our new streaming platform.
We messed up. A lot of you spoke out with extremely valid comments and concerns, and we want to take the time now to address those.
We've been reading the things you've been saying, and we're sorry for the way we handled this, as well as the way we communicated it. We understand where you're coming from, and we're making immediate changes.
First, we want to affirm that you are the reason why we've been able to do anything at this company. You helped us every step of the way when we left BuzzFeed to start Watcher at the top of the pandemic in 2020.
You've supported us in so many ways by watching our content, attending our live shows, buying our merch, becoming members of our Patreon, and giving words of encouragement over the years. And we are incredibly grateful for your support.
We're sorry for how we originally delivered our goodbye message to you.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it right there because they actually do a very good job of starting off this video. So it's a 3-minute video, and they nail everything just right on the head. Perfectly hit every single one. So they obviously start her off with just, hey everyone, we're sorry. Like we fucked up. We made a mistake, and we're here to walk it back. We're here to show you guys that yes, we said we're gonna do this one thing, but we're sorry. We're gonna fix this. And then they go on to kind of tug on the heartstrings a little bit. They tell all of us viewers who have been with them for a long time, all the viewers that have been with them over on Patreon, everything, that they're super grateful for them and that they didn't take them into consideration, but they're extremely grateful. They're hitting all the heartstrings. They're hitting all the proper words, I guess. And obviously this stuff is scripted before anybody says anything. Obviously this stuff is scripted, but even with it being scripted, you have to take into consideration that, you know, these guys run the company, they own the company, and just the way that they're acting and their mannerisms in the video, you can tell that they are genuinely upset and they're sorry. Like they know they made a mistake and they're genuinely trying to apologize. And so far it's been great. They acknowledged all their problems. They've apologized, said sorry twice already in the video, and we're only a minute in.
It was insensitive. We didn't properly express how much we appreciate all of you. And we did a really bad job of explaining the reasoning behind this transition.
We also want to deeply apologize for our ignorance around the impact of the cost. We regret stating and implying that it's a price that anybody can afford, and we fully acknowledge that it is not. We didn't take the proper consideration for how this cost would affect you, and hope you know that we are taking this as a serious learning experience. With that in mind, we're making some changes to ensure that there's a way for our community to continue watching our content for free.
If you want to watch our shows early and ad-free, you can catch them on the Watcher platform a month earlier. After that, you'll be able to watch our shows on YouTube for free. For those that have already subscribed to the platform, we are so grateful for your support. But if this change has you rethinking your membership, we will issue a full refund. And all past episodes and series will remain available on YouTube.
As for the question of why we decided to launch our own platform.
All right, so I'm going to stop it right there before they get to the reason why, because I have a lot to say about that. But again, they do a phenomenal job. They walked everything back. They took everything back. The whole, if you subscribe over here, you're going to get our content early. Everything's staying on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you're just going to have to wait for our content. Maybe you might have to wait a little bit longer, you know, the starting little bit here while they transition over to this platform. So maybe it's a 2-month wait right now for people who are staying on YouTube, but still, you're going to be able to come back and watch their content. You know, you're not going to have to go and pay for something if you don't want to pay for it, or you just can't afford the $6 subscription. There's people out there who can't, you know, whatever. They did a great job. The only critique I have for this is, again, they have a Patreon. They've acknowledged this. They've said this. I've acknowledged this. I've told you this. And yet I don't know why they just didn't do this on Patreon. I don't know why they just didn't say, hey, we're going to take a little bit more time with our videos and we're going to make it so we can hopefully get a few more subscribers over on Patreon, because why not? Who cares, right? If everyone's still going to get their content, everything would have been fine. But I don't know. I guess they decided, I mean, I know they probably already pay money out of pocket and everything to create this third party, so I see why they're keeping it now. But I don't understand why they didn't think about, hey, why don't we just make it so Patreon gets it a month early? That gives people an incentive, even bigger incentive to come over and sub over there. But everyone over here is still going to get the content eventually. Like, I don't know. Whatever. Let's get on to the reason why.
Platform. When we started Watcher in 2020, we wanted to create shows that we were proud of, that we had ownership over, and that would provide you the caliber of content that we felt you deserved. However, we were finding it harder and harder to stay relevant to advertisers and the constantly changing YouTube landscape. We faced some incredibly challenging decisions. We didn't want to compromise our content to ensure they met advertising requirements. And we definitely did not want to lay people off that have brought Watcher to life behind the scenes. And we didn't want to bring Watcher to a close, which would have happened if we stayed solely on YouTube.
That's why we decided to launch the platform, so that we as a company could continue, we could pay our staff fairly, and not only continue to make great content for you, but expand with new shows, new voices, all ad-free. And now with the addition of accessible options, this is a decision that we all believe is the best for Watcher.
Okay, so this is the part that I really just have to pick their brain on, because I don't understand. The only part I understand is where they're talking about having to, you know, form with YouTube's ever-changing landscape. Yeah, I get that. YouTube is a complete fucking tornado mess all the time. Anything can be popular at any time is basically how it seems and how it feels. Obviously, there's an algorithm to it, and obviously the big thing is, so things that are like 20 minutes or longer, family friendly, and like high quality, high production value. And these guys hit all those perfectly. Like, that completely summarizes their channel. I cannot imagine that these guys are not just raking in the offers from advertisers. And I actually went and looked. Okay, so I believe it was like out of their last 25 videos, 20 of them, roughly 20 of them, a couple of them are like these shorter form videos, so I don't exactly want to count them, but either way, 20 or 18 of their previous 25 all have ads in them. They all have, like, they put on skits. They do a really good job. Like, their fan base talks about how sometimes that's the favorite part of the video, is the skits they put on for their advertisers and for their brand deals and sponsorships. I can't imagine they're having just a struggling time, because again, they are the picture perfect like channel to put ads on. I cannot imagine that they're having trouble with that whatsoever. And I can acknowledge that, yeah, they don't want to lay people off. They don't want to mess up their company or their brand or anything like that. But they even said earlier in the video about people buying concert tickets, going and seeing them live, the Patreon subscriptions, their merchandise. Like, they have all these massive revenue streams already. None of their stuff is cheap. I've looked at all their prices. Like, none of their stuff is exactly cheap. So, and a lot of their stuff on their website gets sold out. So I can't imagine they're not making good money off their merchandise either. I don't exactly know how many people they have staffed, but to me, it sounds like somebody's really fucking up in the money department, because I know damn well, not only from researching it myself, but from other YouTubers who have already acknowledged this, these people are probably raking in 500K a video in some cases, at least. Like, they're not making no money. So I have a hard time to believe that they're just completely struggling and that they're gonna have to cancel their YouTube channel and all this other stuff if they solely stay on YouTube. Like, I have a really tough time believing that. I mean, it's a good excuse, I guess, like if that is the reason. I honestly think the reason was they just want to make more money. We'll see. They continue.
However, we realized that in figuring out the logistics of what this might take, we overlooked the way it would impact all of you. We hope you'll be patient with us through these mistakes, and we remain incredibly sorry that they were made in the first place.
We also want to directly address our Patreon community, who have played such a key role in supporting us from the very beginning. All current Patreon members will receive a free subscription code to the platform. If you already purchased a subscription, please contact us and we will issue you a full refund.
We look forward to continuing to make shows and introducing all the incredible things that we've got planned for the platform alongside YouTube. And in the meantime, we are forever grateful to all of the people who make up our community, and we hope that you consider joining us in this next chapter of our journey, whether that's on YouTube or on the platform.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, so again, they kind of just wrap it up saying the same thing. The Patreon touch was actually really good. And like I was saying, again, I don't know why they just do it. I don't know why they just didn't do this on Patreon. But again, they already made this platform. They already did all this. So hats off to them. Actually, like, this was a phenomenal apology. I wish more YouTubers could do it like this. It's not that hard to just like make an apology and be honest, be upfront. Even if you made a huge mistake, mistakes happen. You can come back from them as long as you're actually learning from your mistakes. And these guys seem to have actually done that. That's a very big surprise. Most YouTubers who give these apologies don't seem to learn a damn thing because they keep doing the dumb stuff that they quote unquote apologize for. So again, hats off to these guys. Phenomenal job. I never thought I'd say that about another YouTube apology ever. Great job, Watcher. Hats off to you. But anyways, guys, that is all I got for you today. If you did enjoy, remember, please leave a like, comment, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You guys have been killing it lately. We've been going up in subs. We've been absolutely killing it. We're almost to 500. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and if you enjoyed the content. If you didn't, leave a dislike, leave a comment why. Everything helps. It allows me to create better content, to upgrade my craft, whatever I have to do. Thank you, anyone who takes your time to watch. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. And until the next video, guys, Godspeed.